Hey guys, so I was originally gonna do like this makeup look, and you can admire it anyways because it's literally just highlighter. Yeah, but that's why I didn't do it because it's basically just highlighter and then contouring my nose. But instead, I was like, why not take advantage of me actually having some sort of makeup on and record a video? So this is part two in I Spoke to Satan videos, and there's three. So this one, again, it's gonna be a very common theme in my videos. I am it's on my birthday. Okay, that's the common theme through a lot of my videos, and you'll recognize it more later. Like, I think it was in a while back video also, like when my sister died in my dream, it was also on my birthday. A lot of my dreams, just there's something about my birthday that matters, I guess. But it's on my birthday and I'm dressed up like a child. I have like this pink tutu on, and then I have this huge shirt, and instead of saying like thing when it says thing 16 because I was turning 16, and that's another thing, it's always like my 16th birthday, which maybe I'm gonna die this year, who knows. But it's my birthday and I'm having this huge party, and I remember being upstairs and getting ready and curling my hair and all of this. But it was very strange because I was dressed up like a kid for my 16th birthday. So people start coming, right? So I'm opening the door, getting it for them, and I just kind of don't remember these people that well because they aren't that important. But I distinctly remember when I went back upstairs to get finish getting ready, and I remember hearing the not the doorbell instead of someone knocking, and I instantly knew who it was. I knew it was my boyfriend in my dream. So I was like, I'm ready. Like, I'm so ready. And then I came downstairs and I thought I looked hot as shit. And I opened the door and I was like, yes. And to my surprise, it was not only my boyfriend in the dream, which is Jake. Always going to be Jake in my dreams. I don't know why. And my sister. So they both look at me, and it was that awkward moment where I'm like, which one do I hug first? So I hugged both of them, and I hugged them really, 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 really tightly. And then I let them go, and it was so awkward because they'd never had an actual conversation or even like been in physical contact. So that was funny. So I took them inside. And I know I'm rushing through this, but a lot happens later on. This is just like minor details. So I rushed them inside, and then we're all just like talking, eating, and then we're like, oh yeah, we need to go to the bouncy house outside. We need to go, we need to go, we need to go. And again, it was like kid themed maybe, but I was the only one dressed up as a kid. And I had a bouncy house. I had a very, very colorful cake. And if you know me, I don't wear a lot of color. Like literally, I'm wearing all black, including socks. I don't wear color at all. So very strange, but we were on the bouncy house, and then we were just like having fun, and then we all somehow like bumped heads, and we like sat down. We were just in the middle of this bouncy house, and then I felt the need to tell them this. And this is very strange because it's not like me, but I randomly just told them like, hey guys, if I died, I just want you to know that my 16 years were worth living for. And I remember my sister got so mad at me. She's like, shut the fuck up, Nikki, shut the fuck up. And I was like, what? She's like, don't be talking like that. And I was like, I'm just saying that if something were to happen, I just want you guys to know that you made my 15 years on earth, my 16 years on earth, amazing. That I'm never going to forget it. That I don't regret living up to this point. And I remember they both started freaking out. They're like, are you going to kill yourself or something? And I was like, no, no, no. I'm just saying if something were to happen. And I just felt the need to tell them that. And it wasn't like because I was older. It was just I felt this. It happened. But they started being like, whatever. Like, I remember Jake was like, okay, Nikki, whatever. You're probably really drunk already. And I was like, maybe, maybe. So we went back inside because I remember I heard the loudest knock ever. And I was like, I want to open it. I want to open it. So I went to the door and I unlocked it, and it was this lady. And I've never seen her, but she looked so familiar. And she kind of looked like me because she had a middle part. Her hair was very long and black, very pale, kind of had freckles. But she had this very mischievous, like, smirk on her face, like very high cheekbones. And I remember she was beautiful. I just wanted to give her this amazing hug. She looked magical. And then I let her in, and she was wearing this very long black dress. Oh my gosh, she was hot. Like, but I let her in anyways, and she had this beautiful white box, and it kind of looked like it had clothes inside. Like, if you've gone to JCPenney when it was still a thing, they used to have these like cardboard boxes. Not cardboard, it was like, what's that called? Cardstock boxes, and they were just white, and you'd put clothes in, and then it was really easy to open. It was one of those, and then she had tied ribbons around it, and then a huge black bow, no color, of course. And she gave it to me, and I was like, wow, like mesmerized. I was like, this is gorgeous. Why would she give me this? Excuse me, I'm gross. And she just made sure that I knew I had to open it first. She's like, if you don't open this first, I don't know how else you're going to appreciate it. And I was like, I'll open it first. I promise, I promise, I promise. And she just kind of like chuckled, but it's very serious chuckle. It was like, ha ha ha. Like that, exactly like that. It was like, ha ha. Like very proper and elegant. But she sat down with all the older kids, I guess. They're not kids. All the older teenagers, like the 18 and 19-year-olds, and she went over there, and I went back outside with my friends, and we were just playing musical chairs. And I remember that because out of nowhere there was like this like, it was kind of like the song from the ice cream truck. It was like da na 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 na, and then we were just going around, and I remember I got kind of creeped out, and then somebody inside was like, oh my god, let's do the cake, and then presents. And I was like, okay. So I cut my cake, everyone sang to me, and it was very like regular, like what you would expect from a birthday. And then we got to presents. So we all sat down in the living room, everybody who went on to watch, so everyone who gave me a present. And I remember she pulled her gift out of all of them, and she said, you said you'd open this one first. And I was like, yes, I did. So I take it, and I remember I didn't even want to like ruin it because it was so amazing. It was very intricate. And I slowly undid it, and she started freaking out, and she just like tore it open. She's like, here, and she just gave me the box. So I opened it, and what I saw was terrifying. And I remember I just looked at her, and I was like, why did you give me this? And she's like, it's a gift. And I kept looking at it, and I was like, this isn't a gift. And she's like, it's a gift. It's a gift. It's the only way to get rid of it is by gifting it to someone. And she said it just like that, gifting. And she gave me a Ouija board. But it wasn't just any Ouija board. It was a very old-fashioned wooden, heavy Ouija board that was just in black and white. And you could tell it's been used, and you could tell that it wasn't good to be in my house. And I just knew it had really, really bad vibes and very bad spirits. But I just got so furious with her, and I was like, okay. And I'm one of those people that if I'm mad, I will just stop talking about it and leave it alone. Like, I just like to leave the situation. So I put it back in the box, and I was like, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And then she just giggled again, chuckled, whatever you want to call it, and she disappeared. Like, she walked away, and I never saw her again in the dream. But after that, the party went on, and I remember just feeling this sense of dread. I was like, wow, it's so strange. What the heck? But the night went on, everybody started leaving. The only people who were left is obviously myself, my sister, and my boyfriend in the dream, Jake. So at the end of the night, we were just again on the bouncy house, and we had put out the fire, so we had put a fire so we could do s'mores later, and we were all just gonna have this huge sleepover, like us three, because we're best friends. And what is it called? Jake really wanted to try the Ouija board, and so did my sister. She's like, we have to try it, we have to try it. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. And they're like, come on, just one time. And I was like, okay, fine, one time, that's it. And they're like, yeah. So we sit at this table, like an outdoor table that I had that was also metal, and it was really like pretty, and it actually is in my backyard. So we're there, and then we start playing, and we're asking really easy questions that anybody could answer, like, what's my name, how old am I? And it was like stupid because I'm 16, like anybody knows that it's my birthday. We're just asking very simple questions, and all of a sudden I remember I was like, this is a joke, they're obviously just playing. But I was like, anyways, let's see if I know they don't know the answer to this question. So I asked it, and it answered correctly, and it was a very serious question. I can tell you guys it, but in the dream, I remember getting really furious. I was like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, who told you? Who told you? And they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. I'm not moving. And I was like, somebody told you that. It was probably mom, wasn't it? And I just got so defensive and angry, and even more angry than I was when I first received the board. And it was that pain. So I got the board, and I threw it like that so that it would spin, but instead of doing that, it fell into the fire next to us. And I remember the fire just grew gigantic, and it freaked us out. And when I looked into the fire, I saw a face. It wasn't just any face. You guys can guess it. It was Satan's. And the thing was, the board wasn't burning. And I remember seeing his face, and it's very distinctive now. Ever since the first dream I had, like, I can recognize it anywhere. I can't explain it physically to anybody. I could probably draw it, but it's one of a kind. That's all I can say. And I remember his little smirk at the creepiness of it. Ugh. and I saw it in the fire, and I remember I just started freaking out. So I put out the fire, and the board was still there. It wasn't even burnt. So we put it back, and my sister was like, we have to close it. And I was like, I know we have to close it. So we put our fingers back on it, and we were like saying, is there anything you have to tell us? And it kept saying, name. And we're like, your name? And then it started spelling out its name. And it went L-U-C-I-F-E-R. And I was like, oh, I knew it. And then I was freaking out, and I was trying to go to goodbye, but instead of, it wouldn't physically let us go to goodbye. It was like super strong, and the resistance and the friction, and then just kept going to 6, and it was making a 6 while it did it. And I was like, no, this isn't funny no more. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And I remember I heard like chuckling in my ears. I was like, ha 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 ha. And I started freaking out in my dream to the point where I was about to have a panic attack, and I got so mad, and I just like scraped the board. And then I woke up, and it was the scariest thing ever. And I don't know why I have dreams like this. And there's more in the series. I've actually had 2 more recently that I'm probably going to do a video over eventually. But that is part 2 to this dream. I saw Satan and fire. I played with the Ouija board, and it did not go well. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you so much. I will see you soon.